Hi guys, welcome back to Fart Podcasting, where we
Fart talk.
podcast about how we fart, and we fart into the microphone. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Card Talk, a podcast where we spend a little bit of time talking about cards from Lord of the Rings card game. I'm your host, Dave Walsh, and I am so excited this month because this month is Couples February. And as part of Couples February, I thought it was going to be, it would be really nice for me to bring on people that are important in my own life and part of my own couple. And so here we have guest hosting with me is my oldest daughter, Ava. Ava, how are you today?
I'm good, Dave. How are you?
Everybody, she's been dying to call me Dave.
No, I haven't. Yeah,
Yes,
I have.
yeah, you have. So, and so Ava, just a little bit. Let's talk just a little bit about you before we get into the card game or the card that you picked for today.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? How long have you been interested in Lord of the Rings?
0 seconds. Hi guys, I'm Ava Walsh, and I'm from New Jersey, and I'm not interested in Lord of the Rings, even though it's a really cool movie. I don't play anything about it, but that's okay, because I'm here to talk about the cards.
And you know what? Even though she doesn't like my my card game that I loved so much, I still love her because she's my oldest daughter, and that's why she's on Couples February.
Apparently, we look alike.
Dude, let's look at the camera for everybody.
Wait.
I don't know. Okay, well, we'll find that out. So how did you get roped into doing this show for Card Talk?
You made me. No, just kidding.
I made you do it, huh?
No.
You can tell by how excitedly she's wearing the headphones.
These headphones are so cool, guys. And I get to do ASMR with this microphone.
But how did you get roped in?
I got roped in because it's Couples February, and we're father and daughter. And so it's and I thought it would be so cool to be on the show.
Yeah. That's cool. We have lots of patrons out there that have been trying to that want to know more about what I do at home, and so here it is, right here. So just to give the folks at home an idea of how this worked, I actually asked Ava to come on the show, and she said, "Yeah, I'd love to come on the show. That way she can do ASMR." But I asked her to be on the show, and she said yes. And then I asked her what card or what character from Lord of the Rings would she want to talk about the most. So, Ava, which character did you want to talk about the most from Lord of the Rings?
We're going to be talking about Gandalf.
Why are we going to be talking about Gandalf? What do you like about Gandalf? What is his?
Because he's a wizard, and he's so cool.
He is cool. Now, tell the audience a little bit about how much Lord of the Rings you know about. No,
I'm just kidding. I've seen 2 out of 3 of the movies, and I know that he's a wizard, and he has this big stick.
He's got a big stick. It's like Teddy Roosevelt. Talk softly and carry a big stick, right?
No, he's got a staff, I think, right?
Yeah.
And
that's
a
his
hat,
stick. Yeah, and a hat.
And he goes from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White.
Oh, do you know why he goes from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White?
Because the other guy, he died.
In the movie he dies, but not. That's not why he becomes the White, though.
Oh.
See, he becomes the White because
he's so good.
Because the White Wizard Saruman becomes a bad guy. He's
He's bad, kind of all.
Yeah, he was kind of bad all along. You're right.
I'm surprised. I remembered all that.
Yeah, you did. You did really well. Well, to your credit, you are you do love books, and you love reading, and you love movies that go with books and things like that, right?
Yeah.
What's your current reading situation?
Guys, I'm reading Twilight. It's so good.
Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Team Edward all the way. Edward's the best. Edward's so good. Oh my god. Edward. Jacob can literally go away. Like, no.
Did you know that there's werewolves in Tolkien's works?
Orcs.
Well, there's lots of orcs and goblins, but there were werewolves in Tolkien wrote about werewolves and things like that too. And it's part of Middle-earth. Little known fact for anybody out there. So yeah, I'm trying to get better and better at the game, or at the lore behind the game. So, Ava, there are 3 versions. So for you guys, you can't see, but over here there's like 3 versions of Gandalf, like right on the screen. There's a TV screen right there. So there's 3 versions of Gandalf, okay, that you have up. For the viewers, there's Hero Gandalf from The Road Darkens. There's the core set Gandalf from the core set. And then there's Overhill Underhill Gandalf that came out with The Hobbit, Overhill and Underhill. 2 of them are allies, 1 of them is a hero. So what do you like about these cards, Ava?
I like the illustrations.
Yeah, no, and that's something that they do. That Lord of the Rings does a really good job on, is if you look, they really spend time drawing really good pictures, making sure that they have good
detail.
That's like really detailed. We were just looking at the hero version of Gandalf. It's funny because you're on this show. You know who my co-hosts are, right?
Grant and Ted.
There's a shout out there. But do you know how Ted got onto the show?
You made him.
I didn't make him. I didn't know Ted.
No, Ted, I'm just kidding. No.
Ted, you're being made to be on the show. Ted actually won a contest to set us straight as card evaluators, and so Ted's card that he came on the show for was Gandalf, the hero version of Gandalf, because Ted really likes the hero version of Gandalf. I like it too. Yeah, and then we look here at this guy. What do you think of that picture? So now we're looking at the ally version.
No, I'm not even kidding. That one looks like Santa.
Yes, it can look like Santa. Right? Except he's got that big gray hat on.
Well, yeah, but like the pipe.
Yeah, he's got the pipe and a big white beard and stuff. Look, you can see his stick. His stick. Right? That's good. And then there's another ally version here. And so this one you can see his stick and his big gray hat and his white beard and stuff like that.
Yeah, that one's my favorite.
Oh, you like that one the best?
Yeah.
Well, it's neat that you like this version, because this version stays around in play more than the other version of his ally, more than his other ally version. And so he, you can actually pay to keep him out a little bit longer. But look at his stats. He's got 4 willpower, 4 attack, 4 defense, and 4 hit points. So he's basically one. Yeah, that's a lot. He's basically a monster in the game, like in terms of size. If you look at some other people, who are some other people in the game? Like, how about Bilbo? Do you know who Bilbo is?
Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins. That's right.
Sam Frodo Bilbo.
Sam Frodo Bilbo. Let's see.
Eowyn.
Yeah, you know how to pronounce the names. I'm just showing you what so if you look at other versions, so Bilbo here, how much willpower does this Bilbo have?
No, only 2.
Only 2 compared to this guy. How much willpower is he?
4.
4. So you can see that
Bilbo's bad.
Well, there's other versions of Bilbo that aren't as horrible. Here's actually my favorite version of Bilbo. But look, how much willpower? 1. How much attack?
1.
How much defense?
2.
2, and then 2 hit points. Then we look here at Gandalf. So do you think that makes sense, though?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's not a wizard.
Yeah, because Bilbo's not a wizard, but
he's a regular hobbit.
He's just a hobbit.
He's just a person. Well, not a person. He's just regular.
He's just a regular old dude. Yeah, so So, what about Gandalf do you really love?
He's magical. No, well, he's. I like Gandalf because he's. Because wait. I just remembered something. From
Breaking
the
news!
movie.
Boop 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 boop. Go ahead.
Didn't he fall off a big tower thing?
He did. He got captured in the Tower of Orthanc.
With the
White Wizard. Yeah. And they had a big fight. Remember that big fight?
Yeah, and then he fell off.
Did he fall off?
I don't know. He got pushed off or something.
He jumped off. But yes, and then who came to rescue him?
The bird.
The bird, right?
Wait. So
yeah, what kind of bird was it? Do you remember?
It was like a black falcon thingy.
It was a big eagle, right?
Yeah, it was like something big and black and falcony. It was an eagle.
It was an eagle. The eagles are actually an interesting literary mechanic in J.R. Tolkien's works.
Oh, why?
Well, so the eagles are represent the what do they call that? Eucatastrophe, and a deus ex machina, I think is what it's called. So, a eucatastrophe is a word that J.R. Tolkien made up. But do you know what catastrophe is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when bad things happen, right?
Yeah.
Eucatastrophe is something that happens by mistake that's really good, or things like that, that are for beneficial things. So, and I'm not any sort of like wordsmith, but yeah, that's what eucatastrophe is. And the thing that brings the eucatastrophe into the story is the eagles. Like, it's just a happy coincidence that
the eagles came to save
it. And except in the movie, it's he has that little moth that he talks to.
Yeah, he was like.
And then he goes, sends him out, and then Gwaihir comes to get him. I don't know if it's actually Gwaihir.
The eagle literally has a name.
Yes.
Guys, name your pet eagles because they deserve the same love as your pet dogs.
And there you have it, folks. So what else about Gandalf is there?
I was itching my ear. Re-say that.
So what else about Gandalf here?
Well, I like his powers, his stick, his staff.
Mm-hmm.
Like what he can do with it.
Yeah. Do you remember some things that he was able to do with it in the movie or in the books? No. Remember they were going through the mines of Moria?
Mines of Moria. Yeah, I do. Like in the cliff.
Yeah. And what did his stick get him to do?
Was there a dragon?
That was in the Hobbit movies.
I'm thinking of Shrek.
Shrek.
Because they went to that cave thing, and there's a dragon in there. No, there's like this big long, like, I forget. It's something. Because look at my face.
What about this? Does this bring back any memories?
Oh yeah, he did light with the stick. I don't remember anything about the stick.
You don't remember anything about the stick?
No.
Oh.
Wait, what happened though? Tell me about it.
So when they were trying to find their way through the mines of Moria, and then that octopus thing, the Watcher in the water. Remember they were going into the speak friend and enter?
Yeah.
What is the elf friend? What's the elf word for friend? Bella. So then then the doors open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they walk in, but then there's that big, huge octopus sea monster looking thing.
Yeah.
That grabs them, and then closes off the thing.
So he like fights it off, basically.
Well, no, but then once they're fought off, now they have to walk through the mines of Moria.
Yeah, and the mines of Moria are scary, guys. Don't go there.
Don't go there at all. And so, but he's able to light the path.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right, and so that's what
Because it was dark in there.
That's what this picture of Gandalf's staff is kind of reminding people of.
I like that picture. It's so cool.
It is cool. Don't you wish you could draw as well as some of these people?
Oh yeah, I cannot draw. If I tried doing that, it would be literally a stick figure.
I do have to tell everybody out there, about 3 years ago, you did play this with me. Remember, you were playing this game. We went to Starbucks and played a couple times. Yeah. You remember?
And we also played like that other game.
What other game?
We played a few other games at Starbucks too.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, we played this game.
And you remember when you were looking at this, you saw the little tokens?
Yeah.
And the token for damage looks like a cut, like the skin cut.
So, ew, I don't like that. That's so scary. Oh, but it's an eye.
It looks kind of like the Eye of Sauron, but it's a cut. It's skin.
Oh.
Cut. Yeah.
Whatever.
And then you tried to make up a game.
Oh, I still have that.
You still have that game?
Yes.
You were like, oh, if this guy attacks, you get 3 cuts.
Yeah, that was so funny. I tried making my game based off of this.
Yeah. But it didn't quite work out.
No, the rules got all mixed up. I totally...
Well, there was cards. I remember there was cards. And
I literally
we would play
have
cards.
the game downstairs. Yeah. And I was looking at it the other day. I was like...
You're like, what?
Like,
yeah.
It's like a forest. There were like places that you had to travel to.
Yes. Yes. So for this, as we wrap up the show here, what else should we talk about Gandalf? What else do you want to say about Gandalf to the audience?
Gandalf is really strong, as we can see from the cards, because he literally has so much willpower, so much fightingness, so much hits.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what I'm saying.
Gandalf's super powerful.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
He's a good card.
He's a really good card. And I will say that one of the interesting things is, even though that core Gandalf is out here, the card from the very beginning of the game, Gandalf, that card is still used today in some of the most powerful decks because he's still that good. Just like in the movies and in the book, how powerful Gandalf is from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm. And I was surprised because I thought that he would like get less powerful since he's literally like, how old is he? Like 7,000 years old?
Yeah, he's actually, if you count. So interesting about Gandalf, he's what they call a Maya.
He can't die.
So he is he was created by the gods. Okay.
Oh, so he didn't have a mom or dad.
Right. And so he's kind of like an angel. That he is coming to Middle Earth into his human form as a wizard. And so he has a specific task on Middle Earth to accomplish. Right? And so his Maya name is Olorin.
Like Orion.
Kind of like Orion, except
nothing like Orion.
Yeah, nothing like Orion. So, and so he can, he is so powerful because he was gifted those things. None of the other characters, the good guy characters in the Lord of the Rings, were
the bad
angels.
Guys.
Yeah, Sauron is on the same level as Gandalf. They're both Maya angels. One's a good angel, one's a bad angel.
Yeah, but good angels are always better than bad. So.
Yeah. And then the Balrog, do you remember the Balrog? The thing that Gandalf fought in the Mines of Moria?
Yeah.
That's also a Maiar. Yeah. A lesser Maiar, but still. That's why he fought so bravely against him.
He is really brave.
He's brave, and he's pretty bad A. So there's a lot to be said about Gandalf and how strong he is. And I think it's really interesting that this card came out in the core set, and 10 years later, this card, the core set version of him, is still just as powerful as it was. He does a lot of things too. He when he comes into play, he has a lot of magic that he can do. He can either draw 3 cards or do 4 damage or reduce your threat by 5. So that's a lot of.
That's some good stuff.
It is some good stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, look, as we're saying here, his popularity on Rings DB is that he's in 9,126 decks out of, I don't know, 15 or 16,000 decks. So over half the decks on Rings DB, he's in because he's so strong and powerful.
That is.
What is that?
That is so cool. Guys, that is really cool. I think you should use Gandalf in your decks.
Yeah. Well, do you have any last gasps for Gandalf?
Yes. Gandalf is... Wait, what does that mean? What does last gasps mean?
It means we're going to finish the show and we want to know if there's anything else you have to say.
You better cut that out, because I didn't know what that meant. Overall, I really like Gandalf in the movies, in the books, and playing the game. So yeah, he's really good.
Should we ring this guy? Do you know what we do? I've already ringed him, but we ring cards. We rate them on a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is the best card in the game, and if it's a 10, we throw it back into the fiery chasm from whence it came.
Throw it back into the fiery chasm from whence it came.
You sound kind of like Gandalf, or kind of like Gollum there.
I totally don't even know if I said the right word.
So do you want to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10? What do you think?
I think he's... Well, I don't really know a lot of the other cards, but he's like a 9 or a 9.5.
So he's really bad?
Oh!
1 is the best card in the game. Hey everybody out there, so if you think I'm really hard on cards, you should see my daughter, how hard she is on cards when we're playing. She's like, Gandalf, he's really awesome. He's just a 9 though.
Oh, no, I'm gonna redo that, guys. I didn't know. I think that he's a 2 or 2.5, but he's... I don't know any of the other cards, but I think that he's probably like a 2.5, almost a 1.
He's a 2.5, almost a 1.
What would you rate him?
I forget actually. So
We'll rate him right now.
Ring him right now?
Yeah.
I think he's got to be close to a 1.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Probably a 2, maybe a 1. I'll go back and look, and I'll probably have rated him at like a 3 or something like that,
yeah,
or
probably.
4. Because I'm really hard about ring ratings, but I think the more that I've played this game, the more that I realize that Gandalf, the core Gandalf, is probably really powerful. The Hero Gandalf, I'm not as huge of a fan on, and then the other version,
no,
it's hard because your threat keeps going up and up and up when you play that one. But the core Gandalf, it's good. Yeah. So there we have it, Couples February. We are talking with my daughter, Ava, and hopefully I can edit this down and make it something that everybody's going to want to listen to.
Oh, so. Yeah. There are lots of bloopers.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, guys.
And if you're interested in finding this or any of our back episodes of Card Talk, feel free to search YouTube, where you can find our flagship video episodes with the username Card Talk 2018. Or you can search the RSS feed, cardtalk2018.libsyn.org, for our extended audio versions of our podcast. Or you can find us on Facebook at Card Talk 2018. And if you have any questions for Grant or myself, or for both of us, feel free to email us at cardtalk2018@gmail.com.